What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Nick.
My name's Nathan.
And this is Full Throttle Cars. In today's video, we're going to be doing a review on this 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee Summit. This has also got the Hemi engine right here. So we're going to be doing an in-depth review, giving you all the ins and outs and some driving impressions. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so coming here to the interior, I'm going to show you guys, we've got a nice digital display up here for the instrument cluster, your speed in the middle, RPMs on the left, and your temperature and fuel gauges on the right. Also, if you see up there, we get about 18 miles per gallon on average, and if you see way up there in the top, the entry exit, so this has adjustable suspension, which you can see down here. We've got some different drive modes, being that this is a nice Jeep here. Four-wheel drive low, and then you've got your sand, snow, mud, and rock. And those buttons over there allow you to customize the suspension all the way down. You're in park. Then you can raise it up to 3 different levels. I believe the first one is aero, and I assume they change with the different drive modes you're in. We'll move over here to the digital display in the middle.
Alright guys, so on this digital display, first thing you have is your entertainment here. So you have your radio, AM, FM, and then you also have your Sirius radio, and you can connect your phone with Bluetooth, or there is an auxiliary port down here below it. You guys can maybe see that on the far left. Then there's an SD card slot or a USB cable that you can plug into it, all for your entertainment. Going along here, like I was saying, there is the screen for connecting your Bluetooth and all those other devices that I just mentioned. And then here is your vehicle comfort. So you have heated seats and a heated steering wheel, which is very nice. You have your ventilation here, as well as all these buttons down here that control quite a bit of that. Here I'll just show you guys, there are quite a few apps that correlate with a couple of the things down here, like the heated steering wheel, heated seat. Just look at that real quick and then move over, and there is one more page, and you can even turn the screen all the way off if you do not want to be bothered by that with this button here. Here again is more climate controls that goes along with the controls that I showed you earlier. Control your temperature, control where your air is going. And then here's just another standard navigation system that can guide you on your way home, show you where you are. Lastly, if you would like to connect a phone, you can. And then you can also take your calls through this vehicle.
One interesting thing I just realized in here, if you remember with the Durango, you actually had buttons down here to where you could use your heated seat or heated steering wheel or your ventilated seat, but you do have to access those through the controls right here. If you look, you've got your heated and ventilated seat and steering wheel, but there are no actual buttons down here. But it is a nice simple display down here. However, there are 2 blank buttons over here on each side that you think maybe you could even just put the heated seat on for each side on those buttons. I don't know why they're blank. They must be in some other trim level, but this is the Summit trim, so it is very nice in here. You can see we've got the nice leather dash up here, and this plastic stuff, it is pretty soft touch, and I believe you got a nice suede headliner here. Pretty nice trim on the doors. Again, more of this soft touch material up here. I don't know if it's actually leather. I believe it might, actually it is leather. You can see you got the stitching over there on the corner. But yeah, it's a very nice upscale interior.
Alright guys, so just looking at the luxurious part of the interior itself, first of all, we can look at these nice leather seats. So whenever I was riding inside the car, I did notice these were very comfortable seats to sit in, really helped support your back. And then right here you can see the Summit written onto the seat. This is the Summit. And then right down here, this is actually pretty cool. With the doors open, this Summit lights up right here. Really looks nice, really adds to the luxury. of the vehicle. Right on the sides here, we do have a really nice quality sounding Harman Kardon speaker, and the whole system is Harman Kardon. And then on the sides, everything, there's a lot of nice leather, and then there is some of this plasticky material, but that's kind of hidden from view whenever you're driving. You really only see that part whenever you open up the door and are just looking at it like this. But the rest is a very nice, soft quality feel. Hopping into the back, we have another large speaker, more nice leather, some nice stitching right here. This nice, it's a wood-like material going across the side of the door, and then more nice leather seats. Alright guys, if you have enjoyed this video so far, please be sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, share the video, and help push us to 2,000 subscribers. Okay guys, so we're on the highway here, and we just turned on adaptive cruise control on this 2016 vehicle. So this vehicle is pretty advanced. We are following that Chevy Volt until just now, and the vehicle is going to begin to speed up. So in the corner of the screen there, you have that little adaptive cruise control button, and on the steering wheel right next to Nick's right hand is all the cruise control and adaptive cruise control buttons. So we did show you how to use it on the Jeep Wrangler in a previous video, and it is very similar for this vehicle.
Alright guys, so just a little bit of some driving impressions. We just got off the highway. We showed you some of the adaptive cruise control clips, and I wasn't even realizing it, but I had it on and it was only going about 67. I believe I had it set at 70, and I had it on the farthest following distance. So I mean, if you just look up there to where that car is right now, I was probably about that distance away from that Chevy Volt back there, and it was holding about 67 or 66, 65 in that area. And then once that Volt pulled over, you saw we sped up a little bit. But just some general driving impressions. It doesn't drive like it's a big car. It's not a massive SUV like a Suburban would be. I believe it's based on the same platform as the Dodge Durango, but this only has 2 rows, 5 seats. So it is a little bit shorter in length, and it drives pretty similarly. It doesn't feel like you're driving around a big vehicle. I haven't gone in real fast around any turns. I don't know how it would feel around turns, if it feels like it's going to roll or anything, but to my knowledge it hasn't so far, and I have driven this car before. But overall it's a very smooth, and you don't even really realize how fast you're going sometimes. But it's a very nice driving experience. It has a good amount of pickup and go coming out of the Hemi V8 in here. Again, the same engine from the previous Durangos that we have reviewed. But also it's a very nice place to be. You've got your nice leather wrapped steering wheel, and I've got the ventilated seat on right now. So very comfortable and very nice place to be.
Yeah guys, and just to add to a couple things that Nick said about this vehicle being a little bit shorter, it being shorter is actually going to help its off-road capabilities a little bit. So down here, you can actually raise the vehicle up, and we pointed out earlier that the suspension goes up and down. Right now that we're driving, it is in the first level of up. But that shorter part is going to make sure that the bottom of your vehicle does not hit the ground as often as it would if it were a longer vehicle where you were going down over the top of a rock, and then say you hit your axle or suspension on something.
Alright guys, so just a couple more driving impressions. I might have touched on this previously, but as we're kind of on a more curvy road now, I'm kind of feeling a little bit more about it. It doesn't really roll that much. You definitely can feel a little bit. It is a taller SUV. However, on these roads, it does handle well. We just went around that corner about 50 miles an hour, a little bit under, and no understeer, no feeling like you're going to flip. You do definitely feel some body roll. However, it is a very smooth driving car also. Now, that is going to be wildly different than if you get something like a Wrangler. The Grand Cherokee is more of the luxurious car from the Jeep lineup, especially the Summit package. The Summit trim level is, I believe, the top tier luxury trim. The higher trim levels go to the SRT and the Trackhawk, which are more performance oriented, not as much focused on the luxury. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this video, be sure to go down, drop a like, and subscribe. Share the channel. Help us to hit 2,000 subscribers, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.